Good afternoon, everybody. It's
Hey,
Rachel.
everybody.
Yep, it's Rachel and I, and we are welcoming you to another episode of
Cypha
Cypha
Sistas.
Sistas. Hey, Rachel, go ahead and do your little intro, ma'am.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us today for season 2, episode 12. We doing it. We out here. We thank y'all for your support. And we're here. And today we're going to be talking about, why the world feels so unsafe for women, but more specifically, Black women. But
Facts.
before we get into it, I see you over there puffing. What you smoking on, Malika?
Girl, this is some sherbalato. Hey. And it's actually very good. So it's a mix between sherbet and gelato.
Oh,
It's got a nice
sherbalato.
kind
Okay.
of sweet tang at the end of it. It's supposed to be, I think, just down the middle on calming and energizing, but a little more sort of towards the calming. It makes you hungry, which I don't need because the girl's trying to lose some weight. Relaxed, happy, and the flavors are chestnut, mango, and diesel. So I am loving this, y'all, and it gets you lit. It gets you right every time. So I cannot even complain. This is a great strain. I would recommend anybody that has some sherbalato in their area, they please go and get some, because this is what I will be enjoying on the 420.
So I am not smoking today on the show. I smoked before this sesh because the bosses of the house are running around. And so there's no space for me to get it in because they're minors. So I had to chief it up in my own private space earlier. But my strain for the week is called Mango Smoothie. And
Mm.
it's funny because when my gift they gave it to me, I gave him the side eye like mango smoothie. Um, but I gotta give it to him. Mango smoothie is the truth.
Mm.
I just told him today. I was like, dang, yo, this might be my new favorite strain. Like,
Mango smoothie, huh? Over the perps. Okay.
oh, wait,
Okay.
this is the best part about it. It's purple for some reason. I don't know. Yeah,
Because the perps is where I fuck
I
with.
know. I
Yeah,
broke
I'm a
the
perp
bud up
girl.
and I was like, oh shit, this thing is purple on the inside.
Hell yeah, that
So
should sound delicious.
yeah, so it's a hybrid, of course. It's a 60-40 split, 60 indica, 40 sativa, but guess what? It has 30% THC. So you
Mm.
know that's some high grade.
Hey,
And it is some high grade because I'm good. Like I don't even have like I smoked like maybe like 20 minutes before the show
uh-huh.
and I feel amazing. Like it's one of those weeks, and this definitely is helping to make me have a good baseline of just feeling decent, especially on a physical level. So, um, yeah, big ups to Mango Smoothie. They are on my top. They're getting Mango Smoothie is hitting my top fives. It really is. That's how good it is. Like
That's what's up, man. That is what's up. So look, we hosting an event tomorrow. You want to do a quick run through on that? Because my
I
dog looked
do,
like
I
she's about to
do.
vomit in my room, so I'm gonna run him out back. And be right back.
Okay. So while Malika is taking care of Rock, I'm gonna let everybody know once again that we're having a free event in Richmond, Virginia. It's a field day / nature walk in celebration of National Cannabis Day. Come out and enjoy the time with us. I know, like, it seems weird to say, okay, it's in the middle of your day, but some people do have the day off. So if you have the day off and you want something fun to do, come and join us. We're gonna put the link for the sign up in the bio. I mean, in the comments, and just sign up. And you'll get the address of where it's going to be because of course to respect the privacy of everybody attending, I'm not going to be blasting the address. So for people to just show up, it's a private event. While it is free, we do have to account for everyone that's coming because there's going to be games, there's going to be prizes that we're giving away, and I think you want to be there because these prizes are nice. We got some samples of infusions that Malika and I make, a couple of edibles from other companies. Like, it's gonna be a nice little gift prize for the winner of the of the games and field days. So, hula hoop, freeze tag, red light, green light, all those fun games we played as kids. Like, come for 420 in honor of 420. Unleash your inner child. Let your inner child free and come play with us. Richmond, VA. And hope to see you there.
Yeah, man. And we also have
12 to 3 tomorrow.
a limbo
I
line.
forgot limbo, exactly.
Yeah, man. Some badminton. Come out there and work off the munchies you've been eating. So yeah, buddy. Yeah.
If enough people sign up, we wanted to get a little flag football going. Like we trying to make it a really fun time for you guys. And so please definitely no last minute show ups. If you're going to be coming, please fill out the sign up so that we can make sure we have enough supplies for everyone.
Yeah.
All right.
Facts.
So
yeah, I think it's going to be a great event, and I hope to try some of that mango. What you got when I get there?
I'll bring a little mango smoothie.
All you got to do is give me enough that for my little one hitter pipe, man. I'm good with that. So look, let's jump into some of this legislation. I've got some great news for some of y'all.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So look, in Colorado, they've started online cannabis sales.
Online cannabis. Wow.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so they just legalized that in Colorado. And Minnesota, they approved the cannabis legalization bill. We'll have to figure out what that really means when we get into the meat and potatoes of that. But in Minnesota, take a look around and see what you guys got going on. I'm going to hop to that a little bit later. But in Michigan, a hearing was held on a bill that allows 19-year-olds to smoke cannabis now. So they've reduced the age from 21. Well, there was a hearing. There's a hearing to reduce the age from 21 to 19 for cannabis consumption. And I think that's pretty cool.
I do too. Simply because if you are 18 and you're considered an adult to vote and all of that, then you shouldn't be prohibiting me from doing anything else. If I'm an adult, you consider me an adult in every other way, then you should let me decide what I want to do with my body.
Yes. Now, folks in Indiana, you guys need to stand the fuck up. But I do understand that Indiana has a very small African-American population, as do a lot of these Midwestern states. And that's why they are still bucking the system and trying to keep cannabis illegal. In Indiana, they rejected the amendment to create a cannabis commission. This was supposed to be in time for the federal legislation bill. So I guess all the states are supposed to have their shit in by the time we look towards federal legislation. Well, again, Indiana has rejected the amendment to create a cannabis commission. Alabama, surprisingly enough, shout out to the Bamas. Medical cannabis by mid-fall or early spring of 2024. Wow. Isn't that's beautiful, ain't it? In Alabama, they are called the reddest state in the country. That's what people consider Alabama, the reddest state in the country. And for those folks to legalize medicinal marijuana is a big fucking deal. You guys watch, because this means federal time is coming soon. Simply because once you start to get those red states on board, the people that support those red states also have to vote with what their voters want.
That's why everyone's so surprised about like how Virginia just the way they went about it, like, yep, legal, like we want that legal money.
Yeah. And then the next time, but look, so we did that under Northam, and then we let the Republicans come back in. Now they get to kick around a little bit, do what they got to do. They'll probably get put out, So it's like Virginia's a very flippity-floppity state when it comes to the vote with regards to our local politicians, like our governor and things like that. Consistently for the past several years, it's been a pretty blue state when it comes to voting on a federal level. So keep that in mind. New York generated $1.18 million in tax revenue in March alone.
Okay?
In March alone. And Jamaica's government is talking about taking steps to make it easier for businesses in the cannabis industry. So we'll see how that goes, right? Pay attention to some of these things that are happening overseas. because they also impact how our country is looked at and what votes we need to be having. Now, on some fabulous. Oh, and Jimmy John's has a Munchie Crusher coming out on 420.
Hilarious.
Now, for all the black people in the building, say hey. Say
Hey.
ow. NBA. The NBA has removed cannabis from its banned substance list.
That's what's
right.
Up. That's what's up.
Right.
Time.
It's about fucking time.
I think all
sports need to.
Yeah.
But the NBA started it. Shout out to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Magic Johnson plays a huge role in that. Former Laker baby. And yeah. That felt good.
I'm happy to hear that. I am happy to hear that. Yeah. That's good news.
It's definitely
really, really good news.
Isn't it? Even Snoop done commented like, yeah, about time. Let them brothers heal themselves. Let them kids heal themselves.
It's better than them getting addicted to opioids.
Thank you. And then they get frustrated at the end of these games. Imagine if Meta World Peace had access to cannabis. Imagine if Allen Iverson had access to cannabis legally.
Yeah, legally.
And not had to lose his job behind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Imagine all these brothers out there. Hell, MJ could have used the spliff to calm his overzealous ass down. Kobe could have used the sniff. You know what I'm saying? All them brothers. But the newer brothers, y'all represent. Now, don't get sloppy with it, guys. Don't be coming to the, don't come to the games high.
They're professionals, okay? Their money depend on it. Them being
able to play. So
I mean, that should tell you, really, come on, who the hell, like, they not goofy. I mean, listen.
But see, when you mix it with alcohol, you become goofy. Now,
yeah, but I don't think they are. I mean, they're athletes. Like
they are.
Their bodies are their money makers. I don't think they're gonna be out here just, weeds and 40s and blunts. Like,
I mean, somebody having a party somewhere this weekend.
Yeah, I'm sure. But they have access to higher quality, you know what I'm saying? One, higher quality bud, higher quality just products in general. So they don't even have to smoke.
They don't have to, but like,
You know what I'm saying? They may
very
well be doing eddies. They may do infusions. They may do dabs. Like, we don't even know what kind of
Exactly. But that is
sorry, y'all. I got the heating pad. My back is killing me, so y'all just gonna have to deal with it.
So that's the legislation news.
That's what's up. What's up. And I'm sorry if y'all can hear the natives of my house, but you already know what it is, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. So, Malika, I watched that video that you sent me.
Which one? I sent 3 of them because I want to play
the funniest one.
Okay.
Of that white lady spitting on that black lady and getting her ass beat.
Yes.
And she was like, sorry.
So look, we're going to shout out Roland Martin because this came off of his YouTube page. But I'd like to share the video with you guys. Let's see. Let's see if we can open this.
That joke was too funny for me.
Yeah, no, but it's fast.
We gotta learn how to
exactly what we're talking about today.
Stream the clips live. That's what we need to learn how to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Hold fast.
Sorry, y'all. I got a little company. While she's streaming,
that ass is gonna show up. Watch this.
I had to beat a Karen ass because she spit on me and told me I don't belong here. And it's my birthday today. Happy birthday to me.
I'm not allowed to eat here.
Can you see it?
Okay. I'm checking out. I'm gonna slap on this. Yeah, I'm get out of here. Man. I don't care. Bring her out of here. Come on. I'm sorry. Spit on me again, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
He just plays it again.
Yeah.
So,
but, I mean,
I have something to say.
She deserved that every lick.
I want to say, like, I'm sick of white people who are white supremacists walking around like white supremacy is a superpower that's going to protect them from getting their ass beat when they try to run.
I mean, you keep in mind who the fuck was in the fields. Who the fuck has it? Yeah, you don't spit on no black women and expect to walk away from
First of all, you don't spit on anybody.
Thank you.
Don't know.
And the way I look,
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a pet peeve of mine.
Oh yeah, I don't even want your spit
and
touching me.
I'm blanking.
Girl.
I'm blanking.
But here's the thing: we have to remember that was assault with potentially a deadly weapon. Because what if that old bitch had COVID? You know what I'm saying? That young lady was protecting herself.
Let's talk about her hands for a minute, though.
Ooh.
Her hands are so good that she had kept that camera steady while she mollywopped the shit out of that.
She was holding the camera while whooping your ass. That tells you, look.
You don't want I don't want no parts of her hands because she had a steady
hand recording while she bloop, bloop.
Okay.
Shout out to that sister, wherever you are. And look, we're not condoning people getting beat up, but people need to learn to stay in a fucking lane. For real. Like, if you're not the owner, the manager, or the president of that company, what the hell are you telling that lady to leave for? It's none of your business.
Yeah.
It's none of your business. How do you walk up to somebody, pick them out, and tell them they don't belong to be here? It's none of your fucking business. And for you to spit on her, every lick you got was well deserved. And you know the sad part about it is, y'all need to get in line because we really getting frustrated with this shit. And this younger generation, and I'm talking about Gen X's on below, because my generation ain't taking that shit either.
Yeah.
And we were raised in situations where we had to fight. I know y'all didn't have to fight. And y'all think that you could just say something to somebody and get away with it without getting your ass whooped. Black folk got a short tolerance and a short fuse nowadays when it comes to shit like this. And we not going to be taking it. Because her spitting on her was assault with a deadly weapon as far as I'm fucking concerned. Because if that bitch had COVID, I don't know. I get to whoop your ass.
So let's talk about how that type of like thing happens to black people all the time. Like you just minding your business, living your life, and you're occupying space, and some white person always got to come up to you and ask you why you doing something or why you here. And so I was watching this TikTok by this doctor. Well, she like works with people in HR.
Okay.
And she was talking about an experience she had with consulting with a white woman who, I guess she was a supervisor of other black women at this particular company that she works at. She was talking about how the white woman was telling the woman, so she just feels uncomfortable, like she's had to separate her black coworkers, these black coworkers she's supervising several times. And so the lady who's the consultant was
wait, when she said separate, what does she mean?
She means like they talking to each other too much. Just listen to what I'm about to say, right?
Okay.
So she was the lady who was the consultant. She's a black woman basically, and she, goes into spaces and helps white people in these HR and these supervisory spaces understand their internalized racism. So she asked the woman, she's like, well, why don't you want them to, talk to each other? Are they not doing their jobs? And she's like, no, they do a great job, but I would ask them to stop, stop. She didn't say kikiing, but the black lady who's telling the story, she basically was like, I've asked them to stop kikiing, I've asked them to stop. And she's like, well, why do you think that you want them to stop? She was like, because I don't know what they're doing and I need to know what they're doing. So the lady was like, well,
that's your problem.
Yes, but she said it nicely. So she basically was like, this mentality is similar to that of the slave owners and the overseers who didn't like to see the slaves talking to each other because they always thought it was them talking about some type of rebellion or something. So they never let the slaves, be together while they were working. And the white lady was like, oh my God. Like, you know what I mean?
I didn't know I was racist. So
I'm telling this story to say that their racism is so internalized that they don't even like. I'm sure that lady, yes, she realized she was being racist, but at the same time, I'm gonna have to put the camera off for 1 minute and
no worries, because I got a story to tell about something I saw too.
go ahead.
So this I was watching this TikTok, and there was this white woman on there, and she basically said that most white people don't have black friends, but they have very strong opinions about black people. And that makes you wonder, like, if you're not interacting with us and you're not dealing with us, then how do you have the right to have such strong opinions and vocalize these opinions? Black people do this. Black people smell like this. If you're never around them, how the fuck do you know? And this was a white lady saying this to white people. Like, she's like, look, 84% of white people do not interact with black people at all. They don't invite them over to their house. They don't have a meal with them. They don't share a car ride with them. But they have the strongest opinions about them. How are you having an opinion about shit you don't know about?
Facts. But that's cultural competence.
That's the problem. So look, if you don't want to be bothered with black people, I'm cool with that. You ain't got to be bothered with me. But don't make up your mind about me. You don't have that right to judge me. You don't have a right to judge me, have an opinion about me, just as I don't have a right to judge or have an opinion about you if I don't know you. Now, to the contrary of most white people, I do have white friends. You know what I'm saying? I have several white friends. And they interact with me appropriately because they know who I am. But I too interact with them the same way because I know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just different tolerances to different shit. And if you're a white person, don't ever use the N-word. That's just the rule.
You heard it.
That is just the fucking rule. Do not use it. I don't care if you got 6 kids by a black dude. I don't care if you grew up in the hood. I don't care if all the kids in your school were black.
Or if one black person lets you say that around them. That's on them.
Yeah, because they have lack of respect for themselves. I'm telling you, the average black person is probably gonna smack the shit out of you for using that word.
And definitely not fuck with you no more, just so you know.
Yeah.
But
don't do it. Just don't do it. You ain't got no right. Even when telling this, just don't do it. It is not your place. It's not your right. Now, the flip side about that is I will call a white person a colonizer because I mean
it's a fact. It's a historical fact backed up by history. It's not something that's not true. So moving on.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I went on a tangent, y'all. I'm back.
I know it's okay. You know, I wanted to say something. I was watching Project Runway. I know Project Runway. Who watches that anymore? But I was watching it. I just happened to watch it, and they have this new season that's like post-COVID, very woke. There's like a whole bunch of minorities on this season, so it's like I want to say maybe like a good 5-6 black people, a couple of Latinos, and then your standard white people.
Okay.
But they had this like one Midwest white chick.
And they share rooms, right? They share rooms.
Hold on. Listen to this, right? So they have this one Midwest white chick. They're doing like an episode where it's streetwear. So in the beginning, the white chick is like, oh my God, this is cultural appropriation. Beep, bah, bah. The black people, this is their thing. We shouldn't be doing this. Bang, bang, bang. Right?
Okay.
So now it's fast forward. There's like different people. They pick their models. There's like an Asian designer, and he basically asked the white girl if he could have the Asian model because he wants to design for someone who's like him, right?
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
She start acting crazy, like screaming at him, da 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 da, bee bee ba, like going off. But at the beginning, she was like claiming to be an ally. So it just was mad funny to watch her go from being an ally, because she would, I'm bringing this up because she's in a dangerous, she's an example of what a dangerous white person looks like, who thinks they're woke and thinks they're an ally, but then will turn around and disrespect a whole group of people in a fell swoop and then cry so they could weaponize their tears and everybody feels sorry for them, because that's exactly what she did.
And the thing about
this guy,
yeah, that's
everybody's like, why you treating him like that? You said you was an ally, blah blah blah. This one of the black guys, he was like not having it. He read her for filth, as he should.
Good.
And then, you know, she cried and left the show. But I just thought it was really funny because she came on there with her loud mouth, acting like she was an ally to everybody.
That is the nature.
And then, hey Pat,
thanks for joining us, Pat.
She came on there acting like she was an ally, and then flipped the script immediately. But
how many times does that happen?
You know, and that's what I was saying. I was like, this is a prime example of the way white women do people.
That's the way they do business.
Yeah, all the time.
Another thing,
come with the tears.
You will.
Anytime a white woman start crying, I join them in the cry. Oh, we gonna cry together.
Yeah.
Cause I'm vulnerable and soft, just like you, bitch. I'm not. I'm not. Tough.
Remember, they used to just pass out over words. Oh.
Okay. I'm not tough. I'm soft as a daisy in spring. Okay.
That is exactly how they come to Africa.
I will cry with you too.
But acting like they really so they come over there and act like they so dainty, but the same people that were coming over to Africa to colonize were coming from these areas that they had no health standards and you know, they ain't even bathe. They still don't fucking bathe. They don't bathe. And they got the nerve to call us disgusting. You don't bath. And it's been told. I mean, look, I'm not saying it. I listened to them. They told me.
They did. But you already know we're not gonna get into one of these.
Yes, we're not. But I was watching this, so I'm now a fan of this young Asian lady on TikTok and YouTube. And she talks about the disparities between black and whites, and she basically educates a lot of white folks. It's actually pretty dope the way she carries herself, and she shoots facts, straight facts. Because I went on the thing, kind of trying to research, like, why is the world so unsafe for black women? Why are black women unprotected? And some of the things that I read across yesterday was just some of the things were heartbreaking. I mean, you remember that song with Nina Simone sang it, but it's an original Billie Holiday, Strange Fruit. Yeah. Black women are expected to suffer so much more. We're expected. I even remember going to the hospital after being in a motorcycle accident and the doctor telling me to suck it up while he sewed my knee shut. He wouldn't give me any drugs or anything. He told me to toughen up. And this was at Fairfax, Inova.
How about when the doctor was checking me to see how much I was dilated and shoving her fingers into my vagina, and I'm telling her it's hurting, and she's telling me it's not that big of a deal, you're being a baby.
Yeah, they got the nerve to call us babies, but let them go. This lady in
the middle of me having a contraction, mind you, she's shoving. Not like she's the reason why I never across the board have asked, don't do checks on me while I'm in labor. Do not touch me while I'm in that way while I'm in labor. She totally traumatized me, and my body every single time remembers the feeling and remembers her face. I remember that bitch's name. I don't give a shit. Chavi Shapiro. She worked at New York Methodist Hospital. She assaulted me. And I was too young to even know my rights as a patient to know that she didn't have the right to treat me like that. And I hope that whoever is her patient, if she treats you like that and you are able to complain. Her name is Chavi Shapiro. Hell yeah. I'm gonna let you know I'm airing you out, Chavi Shapiro. You wicked culturally incompetent piece of shit of a doctor. Hell yeah.
Yeah, they have no bedside manner for us. They
violated me. So
Yeah, it's like, and I'm sorry that you went through that, sweetheart, but it's almost
No,
like they
I
have
mean,
no
it is what it is.
bedside.
You feel me? Like I had to come, that experience just reminded me, like solidified me never having a hospital birth if I could help it. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
so it's nothing. It just equipped me to really check
No,
in.
it is
um,
something.
and
It is something though. It's not nothing. You know what I mean? Just like I felt like I really wanted to strangle that doctor. I'm sitting there in pain, and
yeah,
he was an emergency room doctor, and I don't remember his name, but it was at I know of Fairfax emergency room. And if y'all reach out to the show, I'm willing to give you the time frame that I was hit and all that good shit, so we can pull that doctor up because he's probably now a practicing resident.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but the lack of compassion and the lack of concern, I think they're taught this in medical school. I don't know why they
I think
believe
so
black
too,
people
but
have a
also I
hard.
think their own prejudices as human beings from where they come from inform the care that they offer to us.
Yeah,
And they are very removed and have no idea about how people are in the real world. They just don't.
because they don't have black friends. They don't have fucking black friends, and so they don't know how to relate to us. We feel pain just like you do. We bleed just like you do.
If you read Medical Apartheid, it talks about how I don't even know if this practice has been addressed, but they think that black people have a higher pain threshold than white people.
I
Like
don't
they're
know why.
literally thought, there is a school of thought within the medical system that and it's based in racism and the fact that all of their advances in medicine have come from experimentation on black bodies. Did we have the right to scream? Do we have the right to say you're hurting me? Absolutely not, when you were experimenting on our bodies without our permission. So of course you're going to think we have a higher pain threshold. Okay, the whole medical system is founded on racism and the experimentation and subjugation of black bodies. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even,
But
especially
that's another way. So
black
we're
women's
unprotected
bodies.
yeah.
Okay,
And we're unprotected in every realm of this place. In every realm all over the world, we are unprotected. Because nobody wants to speak up and nobody speaks for us.
I wanna talk about, since we're getting into the main topic of like the of feeling unsafe as a black woman, right? So full disclosure, I definitely grew up with male presence in my life. I had a dad. I had two fathers, and like 10 brothers, might be more, but I'm just going off the top of my head. So to an extent, I felt protected and I felt safe. Yeah. But like when it came to certain stuff, no, I didn't feel safe. Right. So fast forward to now, I'm an adult and I'm choosing the person that I'm gonna marry or be with within the confines of choosing a mate. A big part of me choosing to be with my husband, or a big part of me loving him, is the fact that he makes me feel safer than I've ever felt in my entire life. Like he's a steady, strong, safe, grounding, like everything about him just screams safety for me. That being said, I do ride share sometimes, right? Just to make a little extra money. I'm like, I don't care about, yeah, it's not anybody's business why I do it. I just do it. So one of my rideshare customers recently decided that it was okay to pleasure himself in the back of my car. In the back seat of my car. And he did that for the whole ride. And I definitely was traumatized by the experience. And when it happened, like I went into like a shock mode because one, I could tell he was doing it. I didn't know what to say. By the time it was done, we pulled up, he got out the car, and I just, like, my brain just went, and then I went on to the next ride. And I didn't talk about it. I went back and forth with myself about telling my husband about it. And eventually I did tell him because it really like hurt. It really was a traumatic experience for me, and I didn't realize how traumatic it was until I just really sat down and processed it, because I kept on randomly like bursting into tears at random intervals in the day, just start breaking down crying. But I didn't have a reason to cry because like nothing was going on in my life that was new. Like I didn't experience anything except that thing of this man deciding it was okay to jerk off right behind me. Okay. And so when I told my husband, I realized the reason why I didn't want to tell him is because I didn't want him to feel as powerless as I felt. Um, and I think a big part of us not feeling safe as Black women is of the fact that our men also feel their powerlessness, and when it comes to protecting us, because there's only so much that they can do to protect us, and that powerlessness of course goes back to, you know, when our ancestors were enslaved, and them seeing us as women constantly being violated but not being able to do anything about it. It definitely messes with the mental of a man, and that I think that definitely got carried down into our DNA generation after generation, and here we are. Here we are. You know what I mean? Here we are, unsafe, and our men are definitely feeling helpless. And yes, I definitely had PTSD. But you know what's so funny? Established in '87, like I grew up in New York, and I have had drive-by jerk-offs. So like niggas on the train, you'll walk on the cart and there'll be somebody just jerking off, or you'll be reading a book and look up and the guys across from you jerking off. I can get it. It hadn't been that big of a deal for me in those experiences because I literally can remove myself from the space. I could get up and walk away, and it wasn't that big deal for me. So I kind of thought it was the same experience along the same lines. But when I really sat there, I was like, wait a minute, this is my car.
Yeah, my kids have to get
him to do that. He came into my space and violated. So then it was like a whole when I reframed it and gave myself the space to really process it, that's when I realized like, oh, you definitely got violated. Like
that's despicable.
And I'm laughing because of the absurdity of how I had to process that to really accept like that was a cold violation. Like, you know what I'm saying? You get desensitized to things and you don't realize, you know?
Yeah. And we should never have to deal with that. That's just, yeah.
I mean, you get this desensitization goes on and on. Like, just as a woman, you growing up in New York, catcalling is some real shit.
No, it is.
And if you respond, exactly, if you don't respond properly, like I had to learn this very early in life. If you don't respond properly, the shit could actually get violent for you. That's how serious the catcalling is. You have to learn how to be hella gangster with your responses and hella strategic, because you got to know some niggas, if you respond not in kind, that nigga might come and like smack the shit out you.
Yeah, you just
like,
don't
that's
know.
How
you have to kind of laugh it off. Like you got to giggle with them. No, I'm married, but thank you.
Exactly.
You know, you got to go through all that instead of being like, why the hell are you bothering me?
Exactly.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Oh my God.
But you can't do that. And it's a damn shame. It is actually a daggum shame. But like that happening to my sister just broke my heart, you know? That was really a bad thing for me. And it was hard for me to process because I started asking questions, and I know she's processing it very differently than I am. But I wanted to go find this nigga. I'm dead ass.
I know you do.
I'm wondering, like, what's the law for drivers having a weapon in their vehicle so they can protect themselves from shit like this?
And honestly, like, it was the fact that he was sitting behind me.
Yeah. And you could have pulled over if you had just
exactly. If he had been over there, like on the, be on the passenger, behind the passenger, I would have turned around and be like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? Get out of my car right now. You feel me? Yeah. I couldn't do that because
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing it. I'm seeing a little motion in the peripheral, but I couldn't even turn around and be like, because I felt like he was getting off on my, like he could sense my body language feeling like, you know what I'm saying? Like some people
and
are
angry.
sickos,
Yeah, and
and
scared.
they get off on the doing things in public and getting caught. Like it's like he wanted to get caught. And I was like, I'm not giving you the satisfaction of what you're trying to get out of me. I'm just gonna simmer myself, let this be done, and you're gonna get the fuck out of my car.
Yeah.
And the worst part about it is somebody else requested that lift for him, because I did go back and look. And once I calmed down, it was under a lady's thing. So
so a lady did it.
No, it was a man.
It was a man, but the lady did it.
Like, yeah.
You should still have her ass banned. I mean, yeah, because this is just, me, I want to go all the way, and I don't want to discuss it too in depth. But, like, did you watch that video that I sent you yesterday about those two brothers in the barbershop talking about black women?
I couldn't get into it. But you definitely should give us the talking points, and then I'll go ahead and comment. But
it was just kind of interesting. Like, this barber was cutting this other guy's head, and he was like,
I wait, hold on. I just want to real quickly, because I saw what Establishing 87 said. I definitely agree with you, but I'm gonna be honest with you. When you're in the heat of a moment like that, the thing I was thinking about the most was that I just wanted him as far away from me as possible, and for this whole situation to be over. Like, I just wanted to get away from him and not have to deal with it or think about it ever again. That's how I was feeling in that moment. So yeah, I mean, the sane adult in me would have loved to just drive him to the police station and, done it like that, but the person in me was like, get
away from me. I know. Yeah, I know. And that also goes to how we've been trained to deal with these situations, right? Because what he's saying is true. Like it's just that we don't know how to confront the situations when we're going through it. Like, a white woman would have fell out of her car on the side of the road and been crying, and this dude would have been locked up for rape.
I mean, would he have even done it if it was a white woman? Is the real question. You feel me?
Who knows?
That's like that.
You know what I mean?
Like that Tinder serial killer who was specifically targeting black women because he said he knew that no one would look for them or miss them. That's why he did it. He literally said it. Those are his words. I picked black women because I knew nobody would look for them. I knew I could get away with it. And he got away with a good bunch of them. A good bunch of killing of beautiful black women who didn't deserve to be violated and killed like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. And even listening to that YouTube video that I was watching yesterday, it was just heartbreaking to listen to, because the guy sitting in the chair getting his haircut was the one saying, black women don't feel protected by black men. And when I first heard that, I was offended. And the barber was kind of like, man, fuck them bitches. That was his attitude kind of through.
And that's exactly,
and that's a shame. But let me finish. So after that, the black man in the chair started to explain to him why we felt that way. And it started with, he said it started in the 90s or so with the word bitch. He said it was the fact that we would call black women bitches and hoes. And now they've turned it around to kind of embrace it because they still want to be loved by black men. So it's like, that's my bitch right there. Oh, that's my main bitch. I fuck with her hard. Like, that's what you calling your best friend. That's my bitch. But it was meant as a derogatory term. We embraced it. We flipped it. We changed it to make it acceptable for us to deal with so that we could still be around black men. It was a way of us forgiving them without admitting that that's what we were doing. That's why we changed that word around. That's when the disrespect started. Right? And so from there on, we've been told that we're not good enough. We don't have the exotic features of the white women, the little mixed ones, or the people from other countries. It's Black women get shit on all the time.
I'm busy.
Black women, straight black women get shit on all the time. Brothers did not look out for us. And that's what he was saying. That's what that man was saying. He was going along those lines. And it was like, okay, so then the barber said it had to be situational for a black woman to get his protection. So he said if a Yep, he's right.
No, I'm still on the situational protection.
So that's what he said. He said it was situational. And let me finish. So he said, so that guy getting his haircut asked, he was like, well, if a black woman is getting her ass whooped and in the middle and 5 white guys are beating her, would you go over and help? Hell no. I don't know what the situation is. He said, but if it were your mother or your sister, would you want someone to step in? Hell yeah. Why do you get to pick and choose? And if it's your mother and sister, and this is the mindset the brothers are carrying, nobody's jumping in to help nobody. We all left out there. That's why black women assert their independence. That is why we try to stand on our own, because there are times where we feel like we're unprotected by the brothers. If a brother had to choose between a black woman and another woman to protect, 9 times out of 10, they'd want to hear the white lady story first to make sure we weren't the angry black woman overreacting. Right? This is not fair. We're the mother of the earth. Show us some fucking respect. But yeah, I thought it was very interesting. And then at the end, I guess the barber kind of came around a little bit, but not enough to my liking. I mean, and I was looking at him. He worked
I'm
at
still on
Cut.
situational. I'm still on situational. It's never going to be rough for me.
Yeah.
Situational.
If I ain't got a gun or if I don't know what's going on, I ain't going to bother. I ain't going to jump in. That's bullshit. Because if it was your mother or your sister, you'd want somebody to say something.
Facts.
A group of white folks standing around and calling her a nigga, you still jump in no matter what.
Facts.
Because you know what? A sister would do it for you.
Every time.
Every time. She ain't even got to know you. We gonna jump in. We gonna say something because we protect our people. That's true. I mean, yeah.
Daniel, give Ruth the phone.
And I know that's understandable. You know what I mean? But yeah. So Established says what also stops men from intervening is a lot of dudes are killed or were killed in the process of protecting with no appreciation. And that's the thing, though. That goes back to our whole interaction as Black people, as a community. There has to be some appreciation and respect when that happens. We need to get back on the level where we're respecting our Black brothers the way we're supposed to.
Yeah. We need to respect each other just across the board. You know, there's no love and respect across the board for each other as Black men and women. You feel me? Like it's not one person hating the other more. It's across the board. We don't have love and respect for each other. And I don't care. Nobody's gonna tell me, oh, it's just one side's fault.
No.
Because both of us were brutalized, victimized, and dehumanized.
And we're both still living that trauma.
Exactly.
It hasn't gone away.
Exactly. But there's a turn away. You know, like I said, it's like to be a little graphic in this moment, but like, you know, these scenarios, like if a man, his wife gets raped, he's not, you don't see very often, like, eventually whatever is happening internally with a man, it breaks up the relationship. You feel me? Because now this woman got violated, this person, this most precious thing to you got violated, and you couldn't protect them. So, you know what I mean? I guess it's a reminder of the fact that you couldn't protect your inadequacies, you know what I mean? But like at the end of the day, I hope that gets healed because there's nothing you could do about it. We were both suffering. We were both, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I think sometimes the inner disdain that Black men are showing Black women has more to do with a self-hatred than anything else. Just because, you know what I'm saying, your full self is realized when you're partnered with someone that is who made for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and if you're not ready to deal with your full self and have that mirror held up to you so that you could deal with every, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, this is not to say anything about interracial couples, because like I'm a
No, I don't care about interracial.
you know what I'm saying?
Couples.
Like,
I'm talking about.
I'm a descendant of interracial relationships, but the bottom line is that our brothers are in pain and they don't want to address the pain that they're in. And anytime that they have to interact with a Black woman, you know what I'm saying? That's a catalyst. It's a trigger. And it's sad because you can't turn around and be mad at Black women when they decide to go get protected by other races of men who are showing them appreciation and love. Like, let's keep it a bean. Don't nobody want to be the brunt of jokes. But like, I was watching a TikTok where this guy was talking about, I think he was Arab or Indian or something, and he was talking about how all these other races of men are like looking at Black men with a side eye, asking, why do y'all keep on making these like comedic videos dressing up like Black women and making fun of them and like doing things to degrade them? Like, they like, why are y'all doing that? Like, making fun of your moms. Like, they like, y'all asking, like, do y'all hate your mother? Do you hate your women? Because that's what it's giving. And I'm like,
I mean, but that is what it's giving.
It
you
is
see
giving.
so many, and look, I'm not trying to slander anybody's content, and how you get it is how you get it. But when you got to dress up like a Black woman and act ratchet and be loud and be disgusting,
and that's not even how, you know, it's crazy to me.
That's
like,
not how Black women are.
Thank you. Okay, like, stop that shit. That shit
We
is
are the
mad
most
rude.
humble. We are humble as hell. We are a humble generation, except for when you push us. And when you push us to the point, then you're going to hear about it. But we take a ton of shit before we say
mind
anything.
our business.
We mind our fucking business.
That's the whole thing about it. We out here minding our business, doing amazing things. And the minute we say something, the minute we do anything, here comes the whole world with comments about, like, the Black woman's body is like I'm so sick of the colonization of the Black woman's body, because yes, it has been colonized. Like, let's not even.
Oh yeah, it's called a Brazilian butt lift.
Our reproductive organs, our hair, our eyes, like you name it.
Hair. Did you see the girl that did the Bantu knots on TikTok? The white girl?
No.
So she did Bantu knots, right? And this all goes back to exactly what you're talking about. Them reappropriating our stuff, renaming it and claiming it as their own, and then, you know, moving forward. And so this girl,
that's like when they started doing edges. That shit was funny to me too.
Why are you doing edges, Kim Kardashian? I just gotta ask. Why? You're not Black.
Why do you have a BBL?
Black.
You know, why do you have a BBL?
Yeah. Because you want to look Black. You want to be Black. Everybody wants to be us, but nobody wants to be with us. Damn shame. It's a damn shame. If I find this Bantu knot broad, I'm definitely going to share it. But keep going, sweetheart. I cut you off. I feel bad.
No. I really just, you know, it's just crazy because I'm getting older. And, you know, shit is real out here. And it's like the older you get, the more you realize that there's literally nothing new under the sun, which then forces you to examine where things came from.
Yeah.
And so I'm just saying, like, as a woman, oh my God, I'm so fucking sick of the world in general.
I am
in general. I'm just over it. I'm just over it. Fucking over it. Anytime you try to talk about it, here comes other people who co-opt your struggle and get louder than you. And I'm gonna just leave it at that because I'm not gonna get into who the co-opters are. I'm disgusting. Yeah, get off the camera. Oh my god. Hold on.
All right, I want to show you this. Hold up, I'm gonna start it from the beginning.
So last night I put my hair in a bunch of tiny little twist buns.
Twist buns.
Hoping to have tiny curls today. I sprayed them down with water and everything as I was cutting them.
Stop calling.
We're gonna take those out
Get out of
today
here.
and see how they turned out.
So she takes these things out.
This is gonna take forever.
So she leaves. Yes, she takes the first one out.
I am speechless.
I am
have to take
speechless
the
too.
rest out off camera.
So she goes off camera. She takes the rest out. That's what she looks like. Bob Ross.
This just ruined any desire to ever want to perm my short hair.
And that's her with makeup. These were not made for you. Now listen to this girl's comment because she goes ham on them.
So last night.
Oh no, she didn't. This one didn't. But they were basically coming for her, right? In the comments, it was just bleeding. Like, why would you do that to yourself? It's not made for your hair. Like you.
She looked like Orphan Annie.
She did. She looked like Orphan Annie, Bob Ross. She just looked horrible.
She did look like Bob Ross. She about to break out the easel in the paint. Hilarious.
She basically is, and this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. Bantu knots are not made for white hair. Your hair is too thin. It won't work. You need some coarser hair for that. You need black hair. See,
or you just need to wear your hair the way it grows out your head.
Yeah, why don't you wear your hair your way?
Just wear your flat and lifeless hair the way it grows out of your hair.
Exactly. Because this is some bullshit. This is why this is back to our topic, why black women are so unprotected. You see how she blatantly tried to steal that hairstyle? And even with makeup, she looked like a damn clown.
That's like that little white girl. Period. Period. You remember that white girl?
And what's the one, the baby or whatever, the girl that was on Maury or some boot camp, and she thinks she black.
So Catch Me Outside?
Huh?
Who you talking about? Catch Me Outside?
Yeah, her. Her. You're insulting. You are an insult to a whole entire race of people. You're an insult
to her own people.
Exactly.
Shit,
because it shows how desperate you want to be, me, baby.
My thing is when
I had to lighten the mood with that. But
one of these white girls one time was on TikTok and they were talking about gatekeeping, and she was like, "First of all, I don't know why you trying to gatekeep, not
gate. What is gatekeep?"
And I was like, y'all really out here cosplaying
black,
and it's real. It's giving real idiot. That's all it's giving. Real idiot. And you should be ashamed of yourself, and you should be embarrassed. And little Becky, if I was your mom, I would wring your fucking neck.
Yeah, and you posted it.
Thank you.
You posted this shit.
Okay.
And you posted this shit. Yeah. Yeah.
But we're about to wrap up the show, and the message here is, brothers, look out for the women in your life. It's a dangerous place, and black women are constantly being targeted to be abducted, to be assaulted, to be brutalized, to be killed. All the negative, terrible things that you could think about out here are the first people who are going to get it, unfortunately, are black women and black girls. And so I just really implore you, look out for the little black girls in your life. Look out for the younger black sisters in your life. Be a brother, not a predator. Don't prey on her and wait for her to grow up, so that you could.
Marquise Houston.
Okay. And it's not even only Marcus Houston. You feel me? Like we'll get into this another day, but I, had a similar situation like that in my life. Like, as a young fool, when I turned 18, I was dating someone who knew me since I was like 14
You
and
know,
basically
and
waited
I was
till I
trying
was
to
an
make that
adult.
point. Yeah, and I was talking
Okay.
to a friend of mine about this the other weekend, and I was just like, you don't realize how many predators there are in the Black community. Like, we're preyed on by everybody,
Yeah.
men and women, black
So
and
I'm
white.
just saying, protect a little Black girl today.
Yeah,
Show her that she's precious. Show her that she's loved and cared for in the way that a brother, father, uncle understands that you're supposed to cover and protect a young lady. Um, you know what I'm saying? Don't just protect her because you ain't in a scam, because a lot of your niggas do that and I'm sick of it. Not you established in 87. I know you got it, and you're gonna be protecting the women in your life and always show up for a sister. So
I appreciate that established.
we appreciate brothers like you, because this message wasn't for every brother, you feel me? And sisters, you know what I'm saying? Speak
Learn
up
some more.
and
Yeah.
let a brother know. Don't stop speaking up. That's what I'm gonna say. We should not stop speaking up. We need to, if we feel violated, we need to speak up. That's
Yeah.
another a big part of why we don't feel safe, because we just eat it. We just eat the violence. We just eat it and keep it moving like we don't deserve
Better.
anything other than that. And that needs to end too. On our side, we do definitely need to speak up. We do. Yeah.
Yeah. Bring trust and respect back. Facts.
Agree.
Facts.
Within our community, we definitely need to bring the trust and respect back.
We do.
And yeah, I love my brothers always. You always have a sister and an ally in me. My brothers always, as long as you living righteously. If you're a rapist and a predator,
I can't fuck with you.
not have your back.
I can't fuck with you.
I do
'Cause
not.
I got a girl and I can't fuck with you.
R. Kelly, you're dead to me. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
You've been dead to me for years, but I just.
But now you really, really did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marcus,
We'll talk
Houston,
about that later.
You dead to me too.
Yeah. Praying.
I don't care. You can't act like you're not out here being a whole predator. You're a predator.
You are.
You could lie and
You're
color
Kelly
it however you want, but you a whole predator, and you know you're wrong for that, because that girl don't even know herself. She doesn't know herself as a person. She was not ready to be your wife or the mother of your children. And I don't care. I could say that 100% as a woman who's been 19 before and was with a grown ass man who was fucking with my head. Okay. And ask any girl, a grown woman who was younger and had been dating someone who was definitely 10, 11 years, 20 years their senior. Ask them now what's the real deal. Okay, and they'll let you know niggas was out here grooming you, having you confused, because that's what they do, and it ain't cool. I don't care. A girl who's 19 does not know herself. She's not a woman yet.
She isn't. She don't even know how to wipe her ass right.
Okay, not a woman yet. She don't know herself. She don't know what it means. She's not a fully realized individual, so she shouldn't be having kids, and she damn sure shouldn't be marrying no grown ass man talking about we connected and she's like me. So you a 19-year-old girl? Boy, bye.
Facts. And maybe he is. Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, maybe that is the problem. He's a child on the inside.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these people have the emotional capacity of a teenager and don't grow the fuck up. So, tell me. Damn shame. But yeah, you see me, I'm getting angry and passionate because, like I said, it ain't safe out here. And then that girl, supposedly was a runaway, and we just acting like it's okay
for him to do that.
Yeah, we just out here just it's crazy to me. But
think about how we acted during the R. Kelly first tape when we saw him peeing,
and everybody was trying to blame that little girl, talking about she grown
and she should have moved.
You know what I'm saying?
The bullshit.
You gotta be kidding me.
The bullshit.
Craziness. It's always that, and that's one more thing I wanted to say. Another reason why we are not safe as Black women is because when we're little girls, we are seen. We're never seen as children.
No.
Past 2-3 years old, we're not seen as children no more. They see little girls, little Black girls as grown. grown. You hear that too many times. That's too grown for you. You grown. Gang. Well, you just trying to be a little kid out here. You feel me? And I'm sick of it. I'm sad. I 100%. I always tell people like, don't even try it. Don't come with that narrative around my daughters. My daughters are children. I just told my 12-year-old, I was like, don't be in a rush. Don't you be in a rush.
Not to grow up.
Even if the kids around you are acting grown as shit, don't be in a rush. Cherish this time because you're never going to get it back. This is the time when you get to be innocent and be joyful and just enjoy the exuberance of being a child. Don't let these kids who are, have given up, are jaded and given up their innocence and their joy of childhood tell you that you act like a baby. Like,
or has had their childhood stolen.
That part too. And I feel for them, but don't come contaminate my child. Let my child be a child. I always say this. I say, like, she had a school dance a couple months ago. And when I tell you how this is a 7th grader, mind you. When I tell you how grown these kids was dressed, and she just had on a regular age appropriate outfit. And then she was like, Mom, like, she didn't feel like she was dressed up enough. And I was just like, y'all wild out here. Y'all wild out here with these parents is wilding. Letting their kids be grown when they don't need to be. Like, stop rushing these kids to grow up. Thank you, Establishing 87. Yes, everybody click the like button. When Malika come back, that's probably going to be a wrap on the show. Everybody in Richmond, VA, all of our audience in Richmond, VA, our Richmond family, our Virginia family, definitely, if you have time tomorrow to join us from 12 to 3 for our field day / nature walk. We're gonna be litty. Sampling some of the infusions that Malika and I have perfected. We're gonna be playing some games, getting our limbo on. My old knees, y'all gonna see me fall because my old knees is done. I don't got the bounce back I used to have.
And on that note, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and leave any comments.
Share.
We do come back to that and share as well.
Don't forget to share and protect a lovely Black little girl or woman today. That's my message.
All right. And y'all have a great day. Thanks for joining us.
Shalom,
Goodbye,
shalom.
everybody.